So we're going to start with making some fermented yeast. So we want to take a quarter cup of warm water, about 110 degrees, I would say.
The most.
At the most. And a tablespoon of dried yeast. And all we want to do is just mix that around until that's well blended. Then I let this sit around.
Till it gets creamy.
Till it gets creamy, exactly. Till it gets creamy, and it looks like this. You think that's creamy?
That looks great.
That looks great. So that's ready to go. So what we have are 3 whole eggs and 3 egg yolks. And you want to get them in a couple at a time and just let them really get incorporated into that milk and your yeast mixture. Or if you're using whey, you're doing the same thing. Okay, a pound of flour. So let's get that in.
Or 450 grams.
Why don't you start measuring more?
Yeah, I'll measure for you.
And
you throw it in.
Right.
That looks good. You know what? I think you need a little touch more flour.
You think? Okay.
Yeah, like maybe about a quarter of a cup.
Let's put
that's
this
it.
on. Okay, all right, that's it. All right, so the rest of the zest goes in.
Perfect.
Okay, so now we can add all of this.
Here you go.
Raisins go in. And you know, this was the Easter cake that we had every year on the table after you came back from Sunday Mass. This is what you had right in here.
That looks great.
To rise. And we want to cover this. Let me get all of that in there.
Yes.
So we're
going to
do
one right now.
We're going to do one. You can make 2 out of this dough, but we're going to do 1.
Smoother. So I just kind of fold
it.
All 4 sides in.
Good.
Because that puts a nice smooth outside on the dough.
And now you can kind of shape it.
And now we need to have a head, we need a wing, we need a tail, and we need a tummy, huh?
Well, let's look at that.
Yeah, so.
And that's got to fill this, though. All right,
yeah.
So we can
okay,
get it
so
in.
let's see where we are here.
Okay.
I think we're doing pretty good with the shape.
So we want this to come up about 2/3 up the sides, Nick, of the pan before we put it in the oven, because it's going to rise even more.
Right. So this is filling the pan a little less than half.
Okay.
And then it needs to come up a little more. And here's the one.
Give me that cover.
That's beautifully risen. Look at that.
Let me get this. Okay, we let this rise, and here we have one in the paper form. So that's about where we want it. So now we want that egg white.
Yeah, a little tiny bit. Why don't you paint and I'll sprinkle?
Okay, so
that was fortuitous. We got a little tiny bit of flour into the sugar. And you know what? That's really good. I always, if I'm going to sprinkle something like this with sugar before it's baked, I always put in a few pinches of flour.
That's why you're the master. Okay.
Oh, Marianne.
Get that on. Now
music to my ears.
Your oven is on at 375 degrees. And you want to bake this until what?
Until it's about 200 degrees on the inside.
So you got to use a thermometer.
The only way to tell that something is done. You know that business about thumping it on the bottom?
No good.
Well, yeah, if somebody knocks back, you're in trouble.